Alright, so here you can see the method for the construction, and the measurements for the side of the hexagon is 40 mm and the length for the prism is 70 mm. Alright, so that's what we're going to use. So I always start off with whatever needs to be done for us, right? Drawing the 30-degree angles and 90-degree angles. So you can see me doing that here, right? Now, on a separate page, we're going to construct a normal hexagon using the same measurements from the method, right? So, a hexagon of sides 40 mm, right? So you can see me opening my compass to 40 mm to construct the hexagon. And this is a construction you should have known about in Form 2, right? So I don't have to explain to you how to construct a hexagon now that you're in Form 3. Alright, so after you've constructed the hexagon, the next step would be to enclose this hexagon in a rectangle, right? So you can see me enclosing the hexagon here in a rectangle. So here you can see me labeling, right? Some sides here, L, C, D, and M. And that is what I'm going to use to transfer the hexagon on the isometric projection, right? So basically the same thing that we did for the triangular prism, if you can remember that construction, right? We're doing it here again for the hexagon, right? We had transferred the triangle onto the isometric projection. So we're basically doing the same thing here for the hexagon, right? You can see me transferring the LM side here, right, of the hexagon, and then I'm going to label it here on the isometric projection. Alright, so here now I'm going to transfer C and D, right? You can see me transferring C here first. And now I'm going to transfer D onto the isometric projection. Alright, so for the next step, I'm going to be transferring the midpoint of the hexagon. So you can, from M there, you can see me measuring up to the midpoint there of the hexagon. And that is basically half the length of the hexagon there. So I'm going to be transferring it on the isometric projection, right, on the other 30-degree angle. And note that I transfer it 2 times because since it's half the length, right, in order to get the full length, I transfer it again a second time. So now I'm going to slide that side up to the length there. I'm going to draw my line. And then all I need to do is slide the other 30-degree angle to point M in order to complete the same rectangle that I have for the hexagon, right? So you can see me taking the midpoint measurement here again. And I'm going to transfer it to the other side there. And I'm also going to transfer C and D on the opposite side as well, right? So now that all sides are transformed, all I need to do is draw the hexagon, right? As shown in the video here. So now I'm going to mark off the height of the prism, right? Or the length of the prism as shown in the method. So if you don't remember the length, you can rewind to the beginning of the video. And I'm going to slide the 30-degree angles to the height there that I just marked off. Alright, so now what needs to be done is basically transferring the same measurement from the bottom rectangle to the top rectangle. So that's what you see me doing here, right? I'm transferring the measurements from the bottom rectangle to the one at the top. Alright, so the part where I scribed those two arcs were missed because the camera wasn't picking that up, so I had to move it back to show you here, right, how I got those two arcs. But yeah, basically it's transferring the rectangle, the bottom rectangle, and getting it to the top here as well, right? So it's the same identical rectangle. So now I'm going to join the lines to get the rectangle there. Alright, so basically the same thing with the hexagon. I'm going to transfer it to the top rectangle. Alright, same steps again, being repeated. And you can see me drawing the hexagon here, right? Same hexagon at the bottom being drawn at the top again. So now I'm just going to deepen the sides here of the top hexagon, and you're going to see why I'm deepening the top hexagon first, right? So that top hexagon has to be joined with the bottom hexagon, right? So the reason why the top hexagon was deepened before the bottom one was because you would only see a part of the bottom hexagon. You would not see the entire hexagon at the bottom, right? So after joining the top hexagon with the bottom hexagon, you're going to see that I only deepen the sides of the bottom hexagon that will be shown alone, right? And that's your complete hexagonal prism.